Welcome to Company Showcase, an advertising feature on HowStreet.com.
I'm Jim Goddard. My guest is Larry Reaugh, CEO and President of American Manganese. Welcome back to the show, Larry.
Always glad to be on the show, Jim.
Larry, has it been a hot, slow summer on the market so far?
Well, it's actually been a hot, very slow summer as far as the markets go. It seems like everybody's away on holidays. But, yeah, the markets have been drifting downward since January. And, that's not a good thing, but I think that's going to end shortly. And what we're seeing is a classic case of summer doldrums, one of the worst I've ever seen. So it's something we got to get through. And but there are a lot of excitement. There's a lot of areas of excitement out there, and especially in the field that we're in. I was just reading an article where they're actually about the amount of EV car manufacturers in China. Now, I did a little survey around with people that I know and asked them what they thought it would be, and everybody was under 50. And it's actually 487 EV car manufacturers. That tells you where the future is going in China, and that should give a good indication of where the future is going to go in Europe, and North America, and South America. It's going to be a lot more manufacturing of electric cars. Governments in China are given incentives to actually to pursue that avenue, and it's worked. I mean, can you believe that? 484 EV car manufacturers. If I hadn't read that number, I'd never have believed it. And I follow that market pretty closely. But what's that tell me? That tells me that there's got to be, multiples of that amount that are in the battery manufacturing business, for the lithium-ion battery manufacturing business. And that's a good thing for us. No matter what they say about reuse and other things that they're trying to do to avoid actually recycling the battery, it's going to come to an end. You need those critical materials. And if you look at the lead-acid batteries, where there's 98% of them are recycled, someday you'll see numbers close to that but that'll be a couple decades out. But you'll see numbers like that on the lithium-ion batteries too. So we're happy to be in the position that we're in. Everything is moving well through the pilot stage. We're getting everything together there. The patents, as we said before, are moving well. We've been expanding our base. We're looking at actually getting involved with some battery manufacturers and hopefully some end users. And that's what Jim Hahn, who's a super salesman, will be starting on next month. And we just recently added a chief technical officer, and he's very knowledgeable about what we're doing, and very gung-ho to get out there and help push our product. Now, I know a lot of people think, oh man, you should just be blistering all of the battery manufacturers, because that's where you're going to end up on recycling their batteries. You have to remember, if you're going to stockpile batteries, if you're going to buy them ahead of time and stockpile them, you're handling a very hazardous material, and you're taking on a huge liability. And I would sooner build relationships, and when we're ready to go, start taking down batteries. And that means that we're ready to start processing those batteries. So this is just to give you kind of a glimpse into the way we look at everything. We know from the contacts that have made from us, there is an endless supply of batteries, people wanting us to take them off their hands. And but like I say, what are you going to do with them? You're going to put them in an open field. I can guarantee you're setting yourself up for a huge fire or explosion. And if you put them in a warehouse, it's the same thing. So right now, we're happy to be developing our product, to getting our patents, and then taking on the responsibility of taking those batteries, and then we have to find the right location for that, because lithium-ion batteries are hazardous material, and if you're crossing state lines or provincial lines or country lines, there's special permitting to be done to do that. So it's not just loading them on a truck and hauling them from, say, Vancouver to L.A. It's just not going to work that way. And because they are hazardous material, and you're handling a dangerous product. If a truck dumps over and spills into a waterway, and the batteries break open, and there's fires and everything else. There's all kinds of contamination that can happen. But we want to take on the batteries when we're able to actually recycle them. That's the key, and that's kind of where we've been at since we started this thing. We started working with recycling lithium-ion batteries to see just exactly what we could get, and now we're working with disassembly. There will be announcements coming out on that, and so we're just moving ahead. And as much as I love the summer, I am looking to put that in my rearview mirror and hope for better markets ahead, Jim.
And Larry, if people wonder, will there be enough electricity in China to power all these electric vehicles? They now have surpassed their goal for solar power production, and they've asked people to stop making more solar power plants. It's booming that fast. So obviously they really do believe in their electrical future in a sustainable way.
Well, they certainly have, and they've put their shoulder behind the wheel on that one. Us in North America have been dragging our feet on it, and it's like we have a huge oil industry in Canada and the U.S., and people don't like to see that disappear. But unfortunately, the oil companies will have to start to diversify, and diversification means that they'll have to get into solar, different forms of energy, solar and electric vehicle energy. All of those things that they will have to do to integrate. Oil's never going to go totally away, but companies that will survive will be those that integrate.
Larry, where are you traded, and how can people find out more information about American Manganese?
We're traded on the Toronto Stock Exchange Venture under the symbol AMY. We're traded in the U.S. under the symbol AMYZF. We're traded in Frankfurt under the symbol 2AM. You can go visit our website at AmericanManganeseInc.com, and there's all the information that you hear in this broadcast will be there. And you can phone the company at 778-574-4444, or you can reach me on my email at LREAUGH@AMYMN.com.
Larry, thanks for the update.
Thanks, Jim.
I've been speaking with Larry Reaugh, CEO and President of American Manganese. I'm Jim Goddard. Our conversation took place on July 27th.
Comments made on Company Showcase are an expression of opinion only and should not be construed in any manner whatsoever as recommendations to buy or sell any financial instrument at any time. Archived online at HowStreet.com. Company Showcase is a production of How Street Media Incorporated.